So I told you I'd give you an update on our suspension. So it's all installed properly now and it is working great. We put in the Morryde AllTrek 4000 for the triple axle with all the cross members and the torsion bars that go between the front axle and the center axle, which is put in there for spacing to keep that center axle aligned properly. So our original problem was Morryde didn't send all the parts because we had it set up with ET Quality RV up in Yuba City, California to do the original install, but Morryde sent an open package. We're missing nuts and bolts, and the big thing we're missing were a couple small brackets. I'll drop a picture in here of these little brackets that are on. They're only probably maybe a ½ inch high and 2-3 inches long. They go around it goes around the hanger because the cross member goes across between the two hangers. So the bracket is what holds the cross member to the hanger to keep that hanger from moving. So it keeps your hangers stiff, so they're no longer doing this when your tires swing and your suspension's moving. Now they're solid, straight up and down, so they're less apt to break off on you. All right, I'll drop a picture of that in there. All right, then when we had the company in Arizona do the installation for us, they installed the torque arm brackets wrong. Don't know why. They had instructions with pictures in it that showed how it went, but they said they didn't see the picture and were just confused. So when I brought the trailer back from to do it properly, their head tech was there and he said, "What are you guys doing? You just look at these, you can see how they go in." And I don't even think he looked at the picture, and he just put them in the way they belong. And now, according to Morryde's installation guide, this is perfect. Right? I went through and checked everything and took all the measurements and did everything myself after they did the install to verify everything was good before we drove it away. So we are solid. We've towed this thing now for about 1,500 miles, and I love it. The trailer tow is nice. You know, when you're driving down the highway and you get those little concrete pads and whole trees, ba-doop, ba-doop, ba-doop. All right, so we came across I-40, and we came across another couple that was following us, and you could see their trailer. We were following them too. You could see their trailer doing this on every bump, ba-doom, 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 and you could see that extend through their truck, and they were feeling it. Well, with the new suspension, our trailer stayed pretty level. The tires went up and down with that, but the trailer stayed level, so we didn't feel that coming back through the truck. So we weren't going ba-doom, ba-doom, ba-doom inside. We were just riding along. If it was a real bad one, you'd feel it, but you know, that's the truck bouncing over them. So you didn't feel all those small ones that usually the trailer, you know, just magnifies back to the truck. All that's gone. So anyways, let me drop some pictures in here. The first ones are going to be of the little bracket that was missing. The next one will be of just what the system looks like from the front. I'll throw a couple of the cross members. They're a little hard to see because it's all from the back and you can't really get underneath it to take a good picture of it. But the cross members, there's 2 cross members that go across between the mounting brackets, right? And then there's 2 brackets that go, I shouldn't say brackets, they're more posts that go between those 2 cross members to keep them in place. So it's fully stabilized like a big H underneath there. Then the torsion arms go from that front cross member back to the center axle to keep that spacing properly and keeping that axle where it's supposed to be. All right, I'll drop pictures of that in there. Then I'll drop in the pictures of what was done wrong. All right. The brackets are in upside down and backwards. It's easy to see it when you see the pictures. And then I'll show you a picture of how they're installed now, which is the proper way for the installation. So as we're doing this, I'm going to drop pictures in on top of us. Hopefully this all works. But anyways, I would recommend the Morryde AllTrek 4000s. I do like the way the trailer tows. I like the way it rides now. I think it does bounce a little more than it used to because now I've noticed a few things are moving inside a little bit more. Cups are falling over that never really fell over before. But I don't know if that's because the tires are doing more of this and the camper's doing a little more of that with it on the bigger bumps, where before it was probably just a boom, boom. It was a hard hit. And now it's a softer hit, so I think that flex is just causing things to bounce a little bit. Maybe. I don't know. Haven't called Morryde yet to ask. But anyways, we are pleased with the system. I'm glad I did it. And off to the next big project. We start our roof project tomorrow.